Hello, it's me, back here with apologist to state's attorney. We had, oh man, we were tearing through this this flashback sequence last time, and I don't remember why we had to put this current witness on hold, but we had just found some evidence that suggested that, oh my god, it's lagging to hell. There was evidence that suggested that, right, it was because the page was torn out from here. Oh wait, I can't actually look at that, hang on. There was a page torn out from this diary after the thing, and we found that alleged lost page, which is obviously forged, as we now know, that suggested that it was not in fact Zach Grammar who did the less shooting, but it was actually Valent, which is a pretty wild accusation that we accidentally made there. So I believe that was where we were at there, and I don't want to have any much preamble to this. I just want to continue this because I'm so stunned and shocked to see where this goes. we need to solve this, man. I figure we're gonna get out of the flashback soon enough now that we're getting a much clearer picture of everything that happened. No, Prosecutor Gavin. Please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. He's got a surprise witness. That's why we're taking this one to step down. This surprise witness that is allegedly decisive. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. I thought the same myself. I figured he wouldn't have missed that. I thought the judge might miss it, and I should have known it was a bad sign all around. And yet... Oh, Drew Misham. He's gonna say I forged it. Is that what he's gonna say? Oh, Spaghetti-O. So did Clavier pull this intentionally? Because how would he have had this witness up in queue if he didn't know that there was going to be forged evidence involved? Holding trial with no audience is a first. Even for me, Prosecutor Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. Oh, because he's a recluse, I see. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. Oh my god, those are his eyes. That's so weird. They look like eyebrows, but he's already got eyebrows. They're just sort of weird and withered and dead. A judiciary deal. The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are the witness, I gather. Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Hang on, have we added him to the thing right now? We have. He's only 45. Dude looks a little older than that. Painter summoned by the court trial, to this trial by the authority of Prosecutor Gavin. How old was Valent at this time? 37, right? How old's Gumshoe? 32. He's always like slightly younger than I remember. Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it. You... What? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The regional prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Grammar. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. I actually don't know law enough to know if this would be Phoenix's fault. I mean, obviously he did use it, but he didn't know. I don't know how, if there's any, I guess there's not really any way to prove he didn't know is the thing. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries. Well, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake. Prepared by a certain defense attorney. Objection! Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence. The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us. Phoenix Wright. Witness! Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? Is he gonna say Phoenix? That's... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. Objection! But there's no proof this is a fake. No, it's a fake. To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. How about you prove that there's a special mark on it? I don't see any special mark. Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence. He didn't prove that! Illegal evidence to this court. My court. It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over here in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the blue spiky hair.
Not blue spiky hair.
They said it was really important.
It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? No, you wouldn't, would you? Probably not. At least he's taking it with a little dignity here. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court, a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. Dursh! You've already... Stop punching the wall. You have the upper hand here. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear, a guilty one. A guilty one!
Objection!
Bursh! Doesn't prove that he's guilty. Doesn't prove it. It suggests it. Your Honor, wait! I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I'm not the one who's embarrassed here. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. He still didn't prove that it was him who forged it, but I believe him. Mr. Attorney? Yes. Could I ask your name? What? This man on the opposite the room as me. There was only 4 people in the room. He's been shouting my name for the past 5 minutes. It's Phoenix Wright. Huh? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. The hell does that mean? Oh, dear. So did he not disappear? Was he just sentenced to death? Zach, that is? Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Ah, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Zach. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. Stop saying that. He's already saying it. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Are you in some kind of illusion? Mr. Enigmar! The defendant's escaped! Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building! Okay, he did straight up disappear. On the double! He must not be allowed to escape! Okay, so at least Phoenix didn't get an innocent dude murdered. That day in the courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigmar, aka Zach Gremery, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished. But if that's Shady, then did he really get killed in the first trial? Why would Trucy say her father's life was in my hands then, if her father was already dead? Maybe I guess she didn't know. Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day. This is the Gremery miracle. Escaping from a court of law. No verdict was declared. Can you not declare someone guilty despite them, being dipping? After all, the defendant didn't exist. It's not exactly accurate. That's how it happened. The tribal magician Zach Gremery vanished along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. You mean to say, right now? Ooh, I'm glad that this was right at the beginning of this episode, because now I can roll right back into the Apollo version. Mason system. Oh. That doesn't say day anything. Are we going to be doing more computer? Or is this where the computer stuff starts? I'm guessing this is still Phoenix. Might be Apollo, but I'm going to keep narrating as Phoenix. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifique Gremery's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Ramery go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? I mean, that's obviously Trucy. We know that's Trucy, but what do you mean, what about it? Alright, Mason system booting up. What is this? Why is this? What is happening here? The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. Huh? But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. Am I trying to play spot the difference between present and not present? I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended, half finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Well, I mean, you lost your badge. We know that. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. Oh, you are still carrying that thing around. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. It lets you tell when people are lying about stuff or covering or deliberately avoiding something. So it is kind of like Apollo's in that way. Well now, shall we begin? But he addressed Apollo in the third person, so he's not speaking to Apollo right now. Who is he speaking to? Trucy? Like, am I playing as Trucy for this, or what is going on here? How is Apollo going to get this information is what I want to know, because I'm assuming I'm going to be playing as him again in the end. So if he's not speaking, if he's not addressing this to Apollo, then who? Or unless he's like recording it or something. Touch the arrow to switch between past and present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. I don't know the game. You didn't explain the rules. What? Okay. So this is the past, but I'm not allowed to access any of it. I guess I have to look through the present ones first. All right. Well, where should we start? I thought he just said... Oh, wait. This says 7 years ago. Oh, no. Okay, the button goes to the present. My bad. Okay. I'm sorry. That took me a minute, but we got it. Okay. Wright and Koloff is... so good. And Drew Studio. Oh, interesting. Let's check out the court lobby, shall we? Start there. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. 7 years ago, District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Where did she get that thing? That's an interesting question. Is that like an ashtray? I don't remember that being there. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Wait, is this him narrating from the present, or what? Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack? There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this.
Mr. Anningbar!
The defense has escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. Glad we had this nice play-by-play in case I forgot. On the double! He must not be allowed to escape! When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. But now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir! Oh, it's this guy! I don't remember what his voice was in my head, but
down on the hands! Floor on your head! Now! And what's the big idea?
My ears.
No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here!
But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed.
Zoink! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
We've met before, haven't we? On a case. 2 years ago?
No recollection of that, sir.
How can you forget? That was like the most traumatic thing ever. You got like hit in the head and stuff.
Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir.
Okay. You're the bailiff, right?
Yes, sir. Court Bailiff Mike Meekin's at your service, sir.
I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape.
Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me!
Sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right?
Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir.
Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing.
I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet.
Guess I wasn't the only victim. Oh, geez. All right. End search. Okay, well, we don't want to do that just yet. We have stuff to examine here and talk about. Jeez, okay, this is going to be a big old long investigation section, I take it. I actually once took a nap on that couch once when I read once, twice. I actually took a nap on that couch once when I was still practicing law, and you were promptly knocked over the head with a fire extinguisher, right? Boy, was that a mistake. Never even sit on the lobby so just now. I never let my clients sit on them either. It's bad luck. I can believe that. I wouldn't do that either. Must have seen that painting 1,000 times, but I never really looked at it until now. I guess my head was too stuck in the trials. I never had time to stop and appreciate art. I have time now. Okay, let's appreciate. Actually, it's pretty lame. You know, I think this was the lobby I used for my very first case. This plant has seen me grow from a rookie to an ace to a has-been. I hate you, plant. Just kidding. It's so heartwarming to be back in Phoenix's shoes for a minute. I guess this door was officially a prop in Zach Emery's last show. He passed through that lobby door and vanished. But to where? He choreographed that entire fateful trial according to his grand scenario. I hate magicians. That's all for our examining, I think. Do I have all the evidence from the trial still? I do. Well, some of it anyways. I don't reckon he'll know much about a lot of it, but let's try talking anyways. What's he got there? Some kind of little tag or something. I know I can't sing because it doesn't sync. Meekins, how have you been, buddy? I'm not well, I take it. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform.
Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me.
That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing.
So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lonely bailiff.
But your uniform.
I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired.
I think that's called stealing. That can't be illegal. So, you were the one who let the magician get away that day.
I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope, then tragedy strikes.
Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Emery's disappearance?
All the humanity!
That's enough of that.
Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in the court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam! And some guy's face is right there in front of me, face!
So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way?
Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that still cat all the way down the hall, sir.
I have a diagram of the court building here. Oh man, man's done his research. Of course he has. It's Phoenix.
Ah, there's courtroom number 7, and that's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my own.
Okay, and which way did Zach Emery run after bursting through the courtroom door?
He went up like this and then around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw the magician run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly, I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. I remember it like it was right here because it was. Lobby number 2, sir.
You ran into this room. I don't see any place to hide in here. It's so weird. Wait a minute. I've been playing 4 games and that's the shape of this room the whole time? I thought this was gonna be like... I just assumed this lobby connected to like that, so that door there was the courtroom, and then there was a door over on the right side here that was like to the rest of the court, like the court building. Courthouse? What's the name of the court building? I've been playing this game. This is the 4th game, and I've only just learned that this room has only one exit. That's so weird. I don't see any place to hide in here.
Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone.
That's impossible.
Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here.
Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby?
I searched.
Why the pause?
There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir.
How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? The vanishing trick, do tell. This guy's making me run out of breath. Deep breaths. So Zach was in this room when he vanished?
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, the flowing cape.
Wasn't it more like pink?
He ran right in here, right inside this room.
Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right.
But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir.
What about now? Have any ideas?
Sir! Ideas of what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Oh, Magatama time! He's lying. Cyclox! I should have known. Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. This is so cool! Cool, okay, so what evidence... Well, I guess let's check it and see what he's lying about exactly. Oh, he's got a 3D model now, that's so cool. Bang, bang! The disappearing trick. Do tell me! I'm so glad this has come back. Okay, Mr. Meekins, what do you know? Spit it out.
Hey! Ooh, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden?
You know something. I'm gonna find out what. Zach Grammary finished from this room. Ah, that's the remix of the song too. How do you do it?
How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I... Sir!
Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something?
Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen! It was impossible! What could such a little girl possibly do anyway?
What did you just say?
Yeah, sir, did I just say something, sir?
No, you screamed it to that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in this room, wasn't there?
Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking.
It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in that room that day. It was Jersey!
Take that! Take that! Sir, I refuse! I never seen that girl until just the other day.
Okay, the day when you saw her here. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it.
Sir! Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't.
You mean you chased her into this room, not him?
Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician.
7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? I mean, you're pretty freakishly tall, Phoenix, so you would probably know.
You have a point.
I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Grammary. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? The hell is he talking about? Oh, I stand to lose health here. I wonder if it was kind of lame in the other ones when if you lost all your health with the Magatama, it just says, stop, you're gonna break your soul, instead of actually having some epic soul-splitting game over sequence. So I hope they added in a soul-splitting game over sequence for if you get hurt too much in these sequences. Anyways, what the hell are we talking about? I don't think cancer was the trick, nor the syringe. What the hell is he talking about? Maybe I don't have it yet. Perhaps I need to investigate around other places first. Well, I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. I don't want to start risking getting too low on health just yet, do I? All right, Meekins. Well, I'll be back. Believe you me. So now that I've done that, can I visit the present version of that? I sure can't. All right, so we have to do all the past ones first, I suppose. Where do we head left? Let's go to the Wright & Co. law offices. I wonder if there's a certain friend there for us. My favorite human. 7 years ago, Wright & Co. law offices.
Yo, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy here is here to help me, after all. That's a young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show today, after all.
Right, that show that you're doing by yourself as an 8-year-old, which is very concerning. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Oh, he's meeting with Trucy. Oh no. Oh no, sad Trucy. So the human I was hoping to see here is not here. That's all right. Trucy will help, I'm sure. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while? Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Well, you're not suggesting she stays in the office, Phoenix.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I guess so.
Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, so Daddy?
That was quick. Yes.
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, in this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? I think that's just kind of Trucy's natural charisma at work. All right, Charlie, how's it going? My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. How are you paying for this office? I guess it's only been 2 weeks. You probably have a little money.
Wait, I have a child now.
I can't feed Trucy like this. She probably needs more than the occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Read any of these law books yet, Phoenix? I guess no, you never did, right? Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. I used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there's no need. But I can't just sell them. Maybe Trucy will want to read them someday. Nah, you never know. I mean, she's pretty good in court. My desk. Not that I have any reason to sit there anymore. I guess Trucy can use it. It's great for studying math, English, geography, magic.
I'm not crying. I just got some dust in my eye.
Wait, sorry. Did I miss something? Oh, magic. Okay, right. That completely passed me by. I was just like, magic's a normal school subject the first time. You can still see that hotel from the window here. Every time I look out, I think back on those old cases. I wonder if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge.
I really dig the far-out view, Daddy.
Thanks. She must have learned a lot of words from her parents. All right, Trucy, what can you tell me about... What do you think about all this? This is a pretty weird situation, isn't it?
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
Something like that. You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me. For Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that Foolish Bride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to task someone people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You've got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Emery.
Directly descended? He's your father?
No. And now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. So this wild charisma that she's had was always there. I'm starting to understand that now. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Emery?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarye. And they're big.
The Gramaryes. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Bill and Gramarye together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother. I was thinking that myself just now. He said she must have picked it up from her parents, and I was like, parents?
I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he's unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay.
Wrong things. I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. I want to know about that before the professional. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy? Oh, so she was the other performer.
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valence, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake.
Oh, is that what happened with the gunshot on stage?
She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then. A lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
Oh. Interesting. And this is the same pendant that Phoenix eventually puts Trucy's picture in. Or maybe it wasn't Phoenix who did it, but this is the same kind of pendant anyways. This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gremory.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. Trucy's locket added to the court record. Curious. The professional, tell me about your exploits thus far at the age of 8. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes. It's like a thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs.
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right. So in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick? Please, show me, hell yeah. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. How could you deny this child, after losing both of her parents, to do a magic trick in your new office? Old office, which is her new agency.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Ah, it's Mr. Hat.
Hey, that's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yeah!
Whoa, that was startling.
It's amazing, Mr. Hat. Isn't he great? Here, friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat, at your service.
I gotta say, this is really cute, but this is hard to do this voice for very long. My throat is starting to hurt. He, certainly makes an impression.
That's me? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Some of our teeth do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady?
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. The amazing Mr. Hat added to the court record. Oh, that's gotta be the trick that, I almost called him Mr. Meeseeks, that Mr. Meekins probably saw. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay. I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
Where are you going? Do you have a house?
Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team. Right. Okay, so that was the 7 years ago. Does that mean now that we've done everything here, we've unlocked the present day of the office? Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. That's so sweet. It's weird. I mean, obviously, Phoenix and Maya did not have a father-daughter relationship, but they also had that kind of like, they were the only things the other one had for a time there. I love the way this game builds relationships out of like the characters do actually care for each other, and they would have been good friends otherwise, but like that also forces them into these situations. Does that mean I unlock the present version of that? It does not. Okay. I guess I have to do all of these first. Right, so let's go back to, before we check out the detention center or Drew Studio, let's head back to the lobby, because I bet Mr. Hat is what they're getting at here. For me to convince Meeseeks to, I hit the play button because I'm stupid. Did I call him Mr. Meeseeks there again? Mr. Meekins. I think this is what I have to do here. Okay, oh, I have to do this bit again? Oh, hang on, I have to say it was Trucy first. Just the explosions over and over again. 'Twas Trucy Enigmar. Wait, he didn't say I refuse. He said I Siergle or something. I couldn't even read it. All right, the trick that you thought you saw when she ran into this room was in fact the amazing Mr. Hat. Wait, can I get 3 mil? Oh no, it's just a picture of Trucy with it. Cool. Trucy's favorite trick, startlingly realistic. And this contains a photo of Trucy's mother, Thalassa. Actually, I should analyze this before I continue on here. Hang on. Any analyze points here? Anything funny about this? Oh no, this has got to be the first bit of evidence we have where there is no examine. Oh wait, I found it. Never mind. Jokes. So this is Trucy's mother, Talassa. She's pretty. I can picture her on stage with Zach. Still, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. I guess Trucy takes after her. Fun. All right. That's not the trick.
Take that!
Take that!
What's that?
That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Man, she was really doing that at this point. I love how the chains are perfectly just done to cover his eyes.
Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
Oh wait, that was Phoenix. Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir?
Come again?
That night, on stage, I saw a vision. Except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat! He really exists!
I like how he wasn't trying to hide it, he just didn't believe it was true. Unlock successful. And I didn't even lose any health to restore with it. Do tell me.
I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Cremery exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Cremery, don't even think you can escape Mickens. Down your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Cremery, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Cremery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan.
Oh man, my voice is getting to the end of this.
I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, by the beating, under the rug.
But it was actually Mr. Hat the whole time. So Trucy was his accomplice.
Imagine my astonished surprise when, 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him, Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream.
A dream that lasted a week?
But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat.
Right, because she put it away. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. Zach bolted out and then Trucy came in to distract. You were standing by the door and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of the lobby number 2. Along with Mr. Hat.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
So, while you are standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner, in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Still though, that plan is very much contingent on there being only one bailiff running after them.
Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Cremery's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait.
Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case.
It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times, sometimes more than once, but this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me!
Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now.
Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no feelings whatsoever in my harbor.
Okay.
I let the defendant escape, that's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Gumshoe!
Great Detective Gumshoe. Meekins. This is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want.
It's an honor, sir! Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir, but no one's ever given me anything for free! Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir.
I look forward to it. I don't, because it means doing that voice again. All eyes were on Zach Cremery that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. So he wasn't even like a massively elusive trick, he just ran away. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. And he was suspected of murder, and they didn't chase him with like a police car or anything, he just got away on foot somehow. Oh, quite the magician. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Who, Meekins? Or Zach? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the last thing that was said. Whew, well. Oh, does that mean we've unlocked some present stuff? The Borsipol Club. Oh, wild. I say we cover as much in the past as we can first, so we can slowly ease ourselves back into the present day. Man, oh man. Oh, I think we're gonna have to pull that off there. Man, I'm already exhausted, but jeez. I didn't expect to. This is so cool. I like this. And getting to use the Monogatama again, dude. This is probably like the coolest flashback sequence I've ever played in a game. I don't even have any words. Oh, that was so heartwarming with Trucy. I can't wait to do all this stuff, dude. This is such an awesome sequence. It's really tying the whole fourth game together, I feel like. Maybe I'm overhyping it a little, but I'm really enjoying this bit, and I hope you are too. So we've started to unravel a bit of the mystery of what exactly happened that day in the courtroom and how he escaped. And we've gotten to see their Phoenix and Trucy's kind of meeting, as we did with Trucy and Apollo in the very first case. So I guess there's not much to say about that other than I can't wait to finish the rest. I think we'll probably try to comb through the rest of the Mason system in this, in next episode. Oh, well, I feel good about that episode, even though I'm totally tired. Thank you very much for coming around and doing that with me. I'm curious, because I'm enjoying this flashback sequence so much, is there a flashback sequence in any game that you've played that was like wildly cool like this is? I'm trying to think of other flashback sequences. What other flashback sequences? There's a cool one in Uncharted 4. I do like that one. Uncharted has a lot of flashback sequences, actually. By the way, if you've got a flashback sequence that's as cool, or that was really cool like this, that sort of gave lots of cool context and stuff, I'd love to hear about that, because this one is fulfilling me tremendously. But with that said, I think we're about to end things off here. So thank you very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you in the next Apollo Justice episode, or whatever else I see you in. Animal's gonna be out of here. Peace. Boop. Good. Great. Great. Oh, man. That was a tough one because it required getting the key right at the beginning. Alright, at least I don't see any obvious, I was almost called them butterflies, strawberries here. But, that gives them both back, doesn't it? Oh, whoops. I was supposed to...